Good morning, you lovely lot. Dino back with a little Spurs update. Yeah, I mean, talk a little bit more about Levy actually, because and this little situation we've got now at the top. With listening and talking to a lot of people and listening to a lot of online stuff and journalistic stuff and from Alistair Gold and things, I'm starting to get the feeling that, and it's probably obvious before, is that Daniel Levy had I think he grew into a position in the club where it was almost impossible for him to do anything right in a certain way. And what I mean by that is that you think he was basically the boss of a company, but didn't really have the final say on things. Because you're seeing now that he was just another pawn. We all thought he was the man on top making all decisions, but the second they don't want him, bang, he's gone like that, literally overnight virtually. So what I'm thinking is, like, well, considering for the negotiations for players, for example, or anything like naming rights or selling the club, things, them sort of things, Levy's always going to have his own best interests at heart. He's feeling like, for example, it's my club, I'm the boss, but really I'm not the boss because I've still got to go to them at the end to get the final say on anything major, and particularly on transfers. I'm feeling now that it was more like maybe it was like the Lewis's that would say, like, this your budget, and because Levy's now thinking about the club as like his own, he's like, whatever I save really for the club is what's going in my pocket really, like for his bonuses and things like that. So as much as we're frustrated as fans, and I'm frustrated fans, and I'm glad now he's gone for this reason, shall I say, might I add, that he was just really, he had his best interest at heart while still keeping the company as financially secure as possible. And if you think back, that's basically what he's done. It lends itself to that outcome that he just looked after the finances of the club. As long as the club was up there and sort of challenging and sort of buying good, decent players, but massively earning money, he was doing the best job and also keeping his job. Because up till now, the Lewises haven't really given a shit about the performance on the pitch, have they? Let's be honest. It's been all about Levy earning them loads of dough, the company in Enoch and the Tavistock Group earning loads of dough and loads of money and buying loads of property. Because you've got to think also, in their time, they've bought over £125 million. They've taken it out of the club money to buy property and buy land to build property. They've not even put that into the club, so they've not even invested the same amount as they've taken out of the club to buy property. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's a strange old situation. Like, it actually so much. I mean, wouldn't you just love to be one of those boardrooms, like a fly on the wall, to know exactly what's going on? But in my opinion, I think you'll see whether it actually happens or not, but you're going to get word of the injection of funds. I think before Christmas. Now, mark my words on this. I don't know anything. It's just a feeling I'm getting that we'll have a naming rights for the stadium. Now, all the aggregators and all I think are saying you can't do it until the beginning of next season. Now, I don't think this is true. I think it's going to come in before January. Now, if I get this right, you heard it here first. I guessed it first. Before January, because that will then give them the Lewis's the financial clout to give us a backing in January for the January window, which means they don't have to invest their own money. They put a backing in so we can buy some decent players, even if we do go back in for Salvino, which is what the talk is, and someone else. We then push on from January, and then we get a good finish at the end of the year. We get a decent Premier League finish, potentially, hopefully win a trophy or something. They can then sell it. You're now looking at a club that's got naming rights for a stadium. They haven't used their money to back the January window, and now in the summer they sell the club. What do you think, guys? That's my little 2 pence worth for what it's worth, anyway. What do you think of my theory, or what do you think your theory is going to be? I'll be interested to find out. So leave comments down below. Yeah, we'll get into it a little bit later. Love you all. Up Spurs.